This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
And so DoorDisc.com is where you can buy all disc golf stuff. And with that being said, I'll give you a quick update. We have a bunch of Halloween stuff in, finally, all the stamps. And then we got a whole huge Zuka order. So if you're local or local enough, you can come into the shop. We got plenty of Zuka coming in. We have House of Disc, Innova, so you name it, we've probably got it. MVP, we got recently. Made a Squatch order as well.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
First time carrying Squatch bags, right?
First time, yeah. And then we had a meeting with Tech Disc.
And really?
Found out some cool things that we can do as retailers or a retail shop or establishment.
For Tech Disc?
Yeah, for Tech Disc.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Tech Disc. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's going to be some new fun and exciting things in the throw zone coming up here. So, yeah, DoorDisc.com. And we are located in Green Bay, Wisconsin now. So look us up, buy some stuff online, or come in and shop with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got a whole new wall of clothing, too. So
excellent.
Got hats and then sweaters and long sleeve shirts and short sleeve shirts. So, and all kind of budget friendly stuff too.
Okay.
Like $20 to $30 right in that area. So nice, good stuff. So, all right. We got a lot to talk about today. So we got USDGC, Throw Pink. We got the departure of faces.
Yes.
We got disciplinary actions. Mm-hmm. We got someone essentially not winning a tournament all year, who you'd be surprised didn't win a tournament all year.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, or not. Kind of. And then I got a thought-provoking question. We're going to kind of go back old school again.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you ready for it? We'll start with that.
Oh, start with it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you grateful for? I'm going to ask you follow-up. Won't be about what you're grateful for, but I'm going to ask you what you're grateful for first.
What I'm grateful for.
Yeah. What is something that you are very grateful for?
My family. Yeah.
Okay.
I think even though there's times where they make me want to pull my hair out, which I'm losing anyway.
the little we got left.
Yeah. They still bring me a lot of joy and a lot of fun. And, obviously, I'm thankful to have a job. So, those are two things that I'm very grateful to have in life.
Okay.
And, friends and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so friends, family, job.
Yeah.
The good stuff.
Pretty
the
standard,
good stuff. Yeah. I'll echo the family thing, for sure, especially with the newborn in the life, fun. We're very grateful that he is such a good baby. I can't say it enough. He's just such a fun baby.
Okay.
He doesn't have, and I will knock on wood, but he doesn't have any of the things. I just remember being harder with the other two.
Sure.
If that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'll echo that. But, every day I have to write down 3 things I'm thankful for. Right. Okay. It's kind of a standard practice I try to do. And it's so easy to just write down stupid little things. But it's really to really get down to what you're grateful for. It's hard. So I would put my faith as one of the top things I'm super grateful for. And then family, of course. God, just I just think all the awesome things that I've been blessed with and had the opportunity to actually do. And the fact that I don't hold back, or I'm dumb enough not to see the risk in things.
Okay.
How about that?
Sure.
So my inhibitions, I'm grateful that I don't have many inhibitions as far as doing, especially business and stuff like that. I just kind of do, So all in all, it's worked out pretty well for us so far. So that can change really quickly. But there you go. All right. So what are some of the stressors that you're most grateful for?
The stressors I'm most grateful for?
Yeah, stressors. Take this little different direction.
My job.
It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, lately it's been stressful. In just like uncontrollable ways. Like right now, there's a lot of things down at the plant that are happening that affect me and my daily routine. And then that stress kind of goes on to like, okay, worrying about like, how are we going to get the kids places? Like, it just kind of messes with your schedule a little bit. And like, that's not good stress to have. And then, you kind of get bailed out because like our parents and friends and stuff are able to get people where they want. Trying to think of what else. Good stress. I don't know.
I don't even know if it's like good stress or is it just stress that you're grateful for?
Okay.
Like, I'll give an example. So I think I was grateful for the stress that I had or the stress that was caused to me for how out of shape and unfit I was about a year ago.
Okay, sure.
I'm grateful for that only simply because I got to a point where I had to do something.
Okay.
And it kind of motivated me to do something.
I was kind of in that same boat. I
Right.
felt that way. Yeah. Like I was like, man, I'm really sick of like the way I'm feeling, way things are going. I got to do something to change that. Yeah.
Right. Have you ever read the book Relentless?
No.
It's a Tim Grover book.
No, I don't think
Okay.
Doesn't
So
sound
it's
familiar.
essentially a book about a kinesiologist who helped like the highest end athletes, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, like Dwayne Wade, like that.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how, and that's what brought this one up, the stress one. I don't remember exactly what he coined them, but there was 3 of them. There was like a closer, anyways, there was 3, like a closer, a finisher, and then a something else.
Okay.
I don't remember what the names were, but he essentially talks about at the highest level, and I wish I could remember what it was called. The highest level was at the highest level that stress ends up being something that is craved, like it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
And I was like, huh. And I still don't understand it, but in the same regard, I kind of see little glimpses of how stress can be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because he said, the quote is like, stress kills. He goes, that's bullshit. And I was like, wow, really? Is that how that goes? And I was just like, and I bring that up only because this is a stressful time of year, almost every year for me. Just a lot of stuff happens all at once, and then all of a sudden, like, I have all the time in the world. So
Sure.
that's all it was. So what are you grateful for? What are the stressors you're grateful for? And I think that's that. So thanks for entertaining me on that.
Yeah.
So in this time of life, if you're stressed, remember, it can be a good thing. Just pull the good out of it, right?
Right. I think it forces you into situations that you're not maybe accustomed to or ready to adapt to. But once you get through it,
Yeah. Well, and on the back end, I mean, it's just like anything. It's you lift that weight once, it's really hard. You lift it again, it's a little bit easier. You lift it again, a little bit easier. And as stress, you get a tolerance for stress.
Yeah.
And it probably isn't good for you, but my level of stress compared to somebody like coming straight out of high school or my 13-year-old, our stress levels are so much different.
Yeah.
Like what I can handle compared to what she can handle.
Yeah.
That's just because of experience, So if you make it through it, you're only stronger and wiser for it. So I don't know. I figured that was my thought-provoking thing today.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, because I was up at 5 this morning and I was laying here going, oh my goodness, I got to do the podcast now. And then I got to get up at 5 again in the morning. Like, oh. But, it's all a season. It's temporary. So, but I'm excited to do this because it was a good week. With that being said, we'll talk about USDGC. Should I just say it?
Yeah.
Again, part 1 again.
Yeah. Again.
And took home a cool 30 G's.
Ooh.
It's impressive.
It is impressive.
It's impressive. I wish I could take home a whole 30 G's for a weekend's worth of work.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Not even work, just play.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I would say, I mean, it is kind of work, but for the most part, it kind of almost feels like obligations outside of playing, that's more work than the actual competition.
Yeah, him just getting out there and effortlessly throwing a disc. And watching those guys like Barella and him throw discs. I just go, I was never good. I mean, that's what it makes you think. Like,
you're right.
Just never good.
That.
So good for him. Congratulations. And too bad Barella, man. He is right on the cusp of being great. No, he's right on the cusp of being phenomenal. He's great.
He is great.
He's so close to being like elite.
Yes, very, very close. I mean, at the very beginning of the season, when like he was on fire, you're like, oh, this is it. This is it for him. And then all of a sudden, he just up and down. And then you just see the glimpses of brilliance. And you always just marvel at how he throws the disc.
Yep.
And then...
Do you believe that is mental? Do you think it's just a lack of experience? Do you think it's kind of like an Eagle thing or a Simon thing? Just with maturity, he'll start to figure out. And I'm not saying like years on earth maturity. I'm talking game maturity.
Yeah, right. Being in the position, like being in that position and mentally being able to hold on. That's going to come with time of like competition and like being in that, like we were just talking about stress,
right? Yep.
You know, like dealing with that, being comfortably like in the lead and being able to hold on. So I mean, he had some ups and downs a little bit today. Took a couple of bogeys that, you know, it is what it is. But overall, a great tournament for him. So can't be too sad.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm glad to see him up there. So hopefully next year we see him more and more and more. So, and simultaneously, an A tier was going on.
Yes.
Which seems to be more prestigious than any other Pro Tour or Elite Series that the women play, right?
Or
do you think it's kind of like...
No, a lot of people feel like... I'm kind of in the same boat. It should be a major. I think it has it's that feel of the major because it's held the same time as USDGC. And so, you know, women are playing the same course, same event, everybody's there together. And for it to be an XA is just kind of like, it feels like it's thrown aside, but it's really not. You know, they get this really nice trophy, you know, decent pay. It's really weird. I
still don't understand. Every tournament, I'm pausing for dramatic effect, but also to think.
Yeah.
Every tournament, without exception, is ran parallel.
Yeah.
And for some reason, USDGC and Throw Pink. Or USDGC and US Women's.
Right, yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Right.
So, I don't know. I know there's history. I know it's one organization. I know Throw Pink was an addition not too long ago. 4 years ago was when they started to do it?
Yeah.
And it was
like that.
Because the ladies' field felt a bit left out.
Right. But they didn't have to feel left out if they had just moved USWDGC to the end.
That's kind of what I thought, too.
You know? It's not like they didn't have the same amount of tournaments.
Right.
You know,
but they weren't getting the same recognition, is what it was.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
And with that being said, the winner of Throw Pink won a cool $13,000 compared to the 30. But I would have to see. I can't think at the top of my head. I think it was only like 14 or 12,000 for USWDGC. Is that correct? Or is it larger than that?
Oh, I don't know if it's that much.
Oh, it's not even that much, maybe.
I don't know.
I'm making sure before I go off and say stuff. Just right. You know, but proportionately, it's probably pretty darn equal.
Yeah.
But there you go. And USWDGC and USDGC are both kind of owned by a sister company of Innova. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. And I think that's still the case. Can't remember what the name is. I used to, but I can't now. But
I don't know.
With that being said, with an absolute smacking of every other competitor in the field, Tatar takes it down and wins 13,000. So Throw Pink is now Tatar, and I believe Tatar, this is her first year competing in it.
First year winning it.
Winning it. I thought he was competing. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to go back and look. I didn't do my research, and we don't have smart guys on call to
not that smart. Yeah, we don't have like the Evans stats or Statmando with us offhand. It's just us. We're not cool enough to have those kind of guys.
No. Yeah. So
let's just look real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, but all overall,
JP's impressive stats of the night.
Here it comes.
No, yeah, I'm just looking it up.
JP's points. Should we do like a little is this a good one?
No, she competed last year.
Okay, she did.
Yeah, she got second last year at Throw Pink, right behind Holland. She would have won if it wasn't for the.
That's right, the OB.
Yep, the OB shot.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, so she's been there. Yeah.
So last year, second, and that was kind of her only loss last year, if I remember rightly. It was one of the only losses she had last year. Was that last year? No, the year before.
Year before. She was like podium finish. Yeah. She had a European Tour stop that was 16th, but at the Toonie. But other than that, she averaged on.
Yeah, on the podium.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, let's get into some more PDGA news. So, disciplinary action came out, and it was focused on Jonathan Ray.
Right. That's the original. Like, I sent it to you for that specific reason. I was like, hey, we need to look at this because something happened.
Yeah.
And then you're like, whoa, what's all this?
Yeah. Yeah. And then shortly after I said that, it wasn't no more than minutes later, everything started to come out.
Right.
Like Eric's like, so to address. So
right.
Jonathan Ray got a B series violation enforcement code, whatever they call it. And essentially what that means is he's suspended from all disc golf and for 12 months.
Yep.
And then on probation for 12 months.
Yes.
So I feel like it's pretty tender. Like, I feel like that's pretty soft-handed compared to the upwards of $30,000 that is gone.
Right.
Now, I know 2 people bailed him out. But, man, 30 G's and you're just like, 12 months, you can come back later.
Yeah, right.
You think you would take his TD ability away?
Absolutely.
Kind of indefinitely.
Yeah.
You can compete, but outside of that, But then again, I guess we don't know the whole story.
True.
So hopefully they have more information.
But it is just kind of a little slapper on the whole wrist.
Yeah. They're like, go ahead and hold your hand out. All right, you're good. We don't have to pay the 30 grand back.
I'm curious how many tournaments he runs a year.
So he used to run lots and lots and lots.
Yeah.
Because of the RV.
Right. Yeah.
He used to run a ton. As far as like A tier, those style B
that's
tier,
what I'm curious about.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I know he's been in it for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And that's what Terry kind of was pushing out there. Like, he's been in the sport for a long time. He's never done anybody wrong. The sport just turned, and the bottom fell out when he thought it was going to continue to do something, and it didn't. So it was what it was. Keep that in mind, what I just said. The bottom fell out of the sport. We're going to circle back to that with someone else here. But while I was looking at that, you sent it to me, and I was like, why is Johnny McRae? Oh, my goodness. Also, Eric Oakley.
Yeah.
Why are they on the disciplinary list? Mm-hmm. And they were just C tier, so they're just warnings, essentially, at this point. So Eric Oakley broke silence.
He did, yes.
And he made his own press release, essentially.
Yep.
And just said, I've had some courtesy violations, but the only one I can think of that I even know about that anyone has ever called me on is the one I called on myself.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
And that's it. So what it seems like is Eric Oakley's fiery personality has gotten him in trouble with the PDGA. That's what I'm assuming. Unless he's in there like singing and dancing while people are putting and things, But knowing Eric's personality, and I don't know him personally, but just seeing him through the years, he seems to be pretty fiery. He seems to be very passionate, very, like this is what needs to happen, or even misses a shot and gets a little pissy and kicks a bag or does something like that. So sounds like he got disciplined without even knowing he was being disciplined.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what it seems like. So here, yeah, it's like, here's what I said. I wanted to clear the air on the ongoing process in regard to the PGA's disciplinary committee. I received an email stating that I've been put on a 12-month probation of courtesy violations, called and uncalled. No information other than that. I fully cooperated fully. I want to make it clear that only documented warning this year was from himself. No other official warnings. And this is just to simply clear up rumors that were started. And he is going to appeal. And then this was a user on Reddit. He said, this is from Nova Ova. And this is per the disciplinary committee notifying the party. It says, if the committee determines that the action merits further investigation, the committee will make a reasonable attempt to inform the respondent member that an investigation is ongoing and of the nature of the investigation. This will include a summary of the complaint to the member, the event or events for the accusation for improper behavior be levied, a description of the accusation, and a referral to the disciplinary process as published by the PDGA website. At a minimum, the committee will deliver this by certified electronic mail to the respondent. So it sounds like everything that pretty much what Eric had received was right. I've never heard of certified electronic mail. I've only heard of certified.
Is that the button you
mail.
push that says notify me when this person opens the email?
That very well could be, because I mean, we get that regular mail. It's like, you have to electronically sign for it.
Right.
Or, we have to sign it on our scanner and everything. I've never seen that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, so that, I mean, it sucks that he wasn't recognized, but the thing that I also have to kind of put out there, so I was never personally brought up on a disciplinary, but I was involved in a tournament where a person was brought up to the disciplinary committee.
Okay.
And essentially what it was is another person complained about this person, and then they had to meet with the disciplinary. And from what I understood, that nothing ever came of it.
Okay.
They contacted him, and then that was it.
That was it.
Nothing ever came of it because it didn't seem to be with the information that was given. There was enough merit to go after. And the information that was supplied as far as in defense was more than enough to state that, hey, there was nothing nefarious that went on here. So, and that's the only thing I know of it. But they were very good about communicating. Very, very good about communicating. So
I'm just curious because obviously from like him being handed down this probation and Johnny. So has it's very unclear to me if the investigation has gone on and now all of a sudden he's got
done.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is done.
Yeah. So,
and what in the HE double hockey stick would Johnny McRae?
Oh yeah. Right.
courtesy violate, or whatever C level violation. Yeah. What was it? I can't think of anything that would cause a C level violation.
That's pretty wild to me.
McRae. Maybe it was tobacco or something like that.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Sure.
Maybe drinking or, and this is all speculation. I know nothing about it, but that's surprising to see those two names. When you hear about with Oakley, you're like, maybe not. He's a pretty passionate dude.
He's not Bradley Williams kicking his bag or basket or anything, but I know he does get really hard on himself.
Right.
He expects a lot of himself, and
and maybe it's a foul language thing. Maybe it's it could be any of those things because, who knows? Yeah. Who knows? McRae is surprising. Maybe Oakley and McRae got into it. Maybe that's why. That's the rumor we should start.
Yeah. You heard it here first. Yeah. There's some weird card that they got on and
somehow they ended up fighting each other. They threw discs at one another.
Threw their keys out.
That's weird. You never touch the tips.
Nope.
All right. So we talked about J. Ray, bottom falling out of disc golf.
Yep.
What about Anthony?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So Anthony
From Dynamic Discs.
As you know, Bobby, I believe, brought him on under Bobby's regime. It was Bobby, Anthony, and Danny Lindell. Mm-hmm. And then Eric McCabe, of course.
Right.
And then, so Danny Lindell left.
Yes.
To go live with his wife.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Right. That's kind of what it came down to.
Bobby left to go be Bobby.
Yep.
And go to Shields.
Yep.
And then Anthony was one of the last surviving lone survivors there.
Yes. Yeah, that he was.
And Disc Golf Weekly was his podcast or his YouTube channel that he got picked up on.
Yeah.
And that was how he got picked up off of
right.
DD for the most part. So with that, he posted. And he said it's going to be the last time he posts on Disc Golf Weekly. Mm-hmm. And he starts off by saying he'll never do anything disc golf again. Did you get that part of it? Did you watch the whole thing?
I didn't watch the whole thing. Man, it was half an hour. It happened while I was at work, and I was on Reddit, and I saw it. I was like, oh boy, this is kind of wild. And then I went on Disc Golf Circle Jerk, and these guys were like, never even heard of this guy. Like, who is this? Like, obviously it's just
Disc Golf who what?
Circle Jerk.
Is this a podcast?
This is a Reddit.
Oh, I haven't been on it yet.
Okay.
No, dang it.
Go on it.
Disc Golf Circle Jerk. That's a fantastic name.
Yeah. Anyway, they were just kind of like,
yeah,
go cry me a river, dude.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
well, he literally cried.
Oh, he did. Yeah. It was a big.
Yeah. It's
a big deal.
So essentially, we'll get to the bottom of it. So Anthony was there for 8 years, and Anthony felt like he was the one that was going to be the next in line for his boss's role.
Sure.
And he was being told by Dynamic Discs that whatever they do, they're going to make a future for him at Dynamic Discs. And he said up until he got let go on a Tuesday and up until the Monday before he got let go, that was the plan. He sat in his boss's office and they told him, we're going to make it happen for you. We're going to make it happen for you. And then Tuesday, he comes in and he gets let go. And essentially what it was, after all the, hurt feelings he got out in the thing, it was very sentiment. I mean, very true, very raw, very authentic, very vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And he tells you why he's so mad about it. Doesn't talk trash about anybody the entire time. Just more
good on him for that.
He feels, But essentially, I mean, there's a little bit of trash talk, but it's more of like, I don't understand. You're not qualifying. You didn't tell me the truth. Mm-hmm. That's it. But he doesn't call anybody out. He doesn't say, like, I hope they die and burn in a blaze of,
Yeah.
But essentially what he does is they told him that, sorry, we got to let you go because we got to free up X dollars.
Okay.
So you and 6 people are going. And from what it sounds like they're downsizing quite a bit.
Huh.
At
Interesting.
In Emporia.
Yeah.
So there you go. And they blame it basically on the market turn. And the whole time he said to the bottom of his heart, he dreamt about it, thought about
just
it.
Just like DD for life.
DD for life. He was going to be the reason or one of the reasons how DD became popular with the players and the players became popular with DD again.
Wow.
And that's what he said outward. And I was like, that says a lot right there, that the guy internally says that DD didn't care about players and players didn't care about DD anymore. That culture was gone.
Yeah.
And he was hoping to be the reason that comes back and saves the company. He was like just waiting for the opportunity to do it. And he got let go.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, to be fair, like on social media, don't see a lot from DD very much. Mm-hmm. I do get a few emails here and there from them asking or talking about monthly subscription boxes or some discs here and there, but
they're all about the sell.
Yeah, they are. Every once in a while I do see maybe on YouTube, like I'll get something that's like, a short or something, but it's not like the how they used to be. It's not is this disc right for you? Is it, all these videos that were coming out like in their height of the company when, like Bobby and Eric and those guys were really heavily promoting it. And, he kind of, I don't know if it was kind of not like the downfall. Like once Bobby left, they tried to push out the podcast, the one with
Understable Minds.
Understable Minds.
Yeah.
And then
that was Risley, Anthony, and
Eric
and Danny.
And Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just Eric, Danny, and then they added AJ. Mm-hmm. And then that went away. Like right before, I think it's been like 2 years now.
It was right before DDO.
It was right before DDO. They're like, okay, we're gonna make room. We have some things to do before we get ready for
focus.
This. And then it was like, boom, just done. And you're like, is it a resources thing or like what's the deal? And then obviously Eric went to Emporia State. Mm-hmm. Danny left.
And DD got bought, and
like there's this
Rusco bought a country club.
Yeah, unreal. Like
but
so this is interesting because him getting let go, a couple of weeks ago, all of a sudden the House of Discs is like, hey, we're putting the new guys back
disc
in
golfers
charge.
back in charge. Yeah,
it's like, I wonder. Like Europeans are pretty cutthroat, huh? Like they see some redundancies or see some money, not being made up and gotta make some changes.
Yep. Well, and it's ironic because Jonathan, like Latitude 64 Jonathan, did you see his latest video?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, this is the end, and it has him just standing somberly in front of as the thumbnail.
No.
And all it was him saying that he's going to beat Johannes.
Oh, okay.
That's all it was. Like, this is the end. I'm not going to lose anymore.
Yeah, okay. Right. Interesting. Ooh.
But it was pretty good. So I appreciate the vulnerability that Anthony had.
Yeah.
And especially seeing a guy that, I think you and I knew very well because of everything that, we saw DD do. Mm-hmm. And, I guess sadly we're old guys now. Like we're the guys that have been in the sport for a long time and we know about the sport for a long time. It's sad to see it. Mm-hmm. It is. Because I can remember some of the videos that they used to do together and even the podcasts that they would do together. I mean, it was good. And Anthony started out as like the panel guy, and then Lindell came in, and then Anthony stepped in. When Eric, I believe, kind of left the show because he was doing his designing thing quite a bit. And it was basically him, McCall, and Anthony. And Anthony wouldn't speak a lot, but it was Bobby, McCall, and Anthony. Yeah. So, I don't know. It sucks, but it is what it is. It seemed like it destroyed him. He has, a 3-month-old child at home or something like that?
Something like that.
That's scary.
It is.
That's scary. He said he just bought a house. He's got a mortgage, a 3-month-old, and no job now.
Yeah.
So hopefully he was wise with his money.
Hopefully they have a decent severance package.
That's what I'm thinking too, right?
I don't know.
But he was pretty optimistic. He said everybody else that went on to do other things is doing just absolutely amazing now. And he says, I plan on doing the same thing. So hopefully that works out for him.
Okay, I'm trying to think. If he's going to stay in Emporia, it's really not that big of a city. Mm-hmm. There's a big Tyson chicken plant there.
There's industry there for sure.
Yeah, there is.
He could go work for the college.
True.
I don't know. A man with his skills, I'm sure, and it's kind of like Bobby. He just needs that opportunity to be a digital media guy.
Yeah.
And he can do some amazing things as long as he's okay with doing it, Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe Bobby has room on his team at Shields.
Oh boy, go down to
Wouldn't that
Oklahoma.
Be neat?
Yeah,
it'd be kind of fun to see them all come back together.
It would
in some way, shape, or form. Speaking of disc golf answer man, where you at?
Yeah, where is it?
What happened to that big tease, and then all of a sudden?
Yeah, maybe it's one of those things where they were planning. Because when we started, Bobby's like, oh yeah, you have to record so many episodes and get it all out there, and so maybe they're having coming up with time to record a bunch and get them out there or something. I don't know. But yeah, teases.
Mm-hmm. I know. I was super excited to kind of see it back because I knew we'd get at least one episode, kind of like old school episode.
Yeah,
and then from there, I'm sure it would change and morph into whatever it's going to be.
Maybe blame Robert. Maybe they're trying to get him, and he doesn't have time. And
yeah,
I don't know.
That'd be cool if Robert came back. Well, now they can add Anthony to it too.
Right.
No conflict of interest there.
Absolutely.
Or maybe Eric McCabe has been let go from DD as well. He just hasn't come out yet.
Ooh. I don't know.
There's that speculation always there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. All speculation once again. All right. So let's talk about, speaking of being let go. I don't know how this fits in. I was just going to say that.
Okay.
But Macbeth has not, I'll qualify it once we're done.
Yeah.
He didn't win this year.
No.
He won, but he didn't really win this year.
Right.
He had some good showings.
He did.
Finished well.
Yeah.
Kind of top of the leader. Still, it's one of those sneaky seasons like Ricky's season last year.
Yeah.
Where he didn't really do anything incredible.
Right.
But he was still really good.
Well, oh, no. I was thinking the season before he was DGPT champion, because last year it was Heimberg. But yeah, right. Sneaky.
Yeah. Sneaky. Now, Macbeth, sneaky. He still did pretty well. Mm-hmm. I mean, he did win President's Cup.
Yeah, but I mean, that's...
yeah. It's not a traditional tournament.
Yeah.
Like what we would consider a traditional tournament. But yeah, first year since what?
I think
probably ever.
Like 8 years, I think someone said.
That he hasn't won a tournament?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
8 years? No way. Because I would only put it in 14. And he was a beast in like 12. So you're saying he didn't win in 13 or 14? No. The last time he didn't win. No way.
Well, 8 years would be 16. Oh, no, he definitely won in 16.
Oh, yeah. And now I'm going to have to look it up while you're doing it, too. But if that's the case, that's impressive. I think it's been a lot longer than that.
I forgot what... Someone had the stat up somewhere, and I forgot.
Well, we just do career wins. And here we go. So in 2023, he won DGPT PCS Open.
Okay.
And that's an ES. So an A tier 23.
Oh, first time in 13 years.
I was going to say, yeah, because I'm scrolling.
Years. Okay, yep. So that's...
15, 14.
It's right there, right in front of me. Why didn't you read that?
13,
yeah, 13 years.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. He has won from 2006. He has won every year since 2006. He's won at least one tournament every year since 2006. So he won the Wintertime Open. Now, what are they qualifying it as?
I'm guessing Elite Series or Majors.
Okay. So he won a B tier in 6. He won a B tier in 7.
Mm-hmm.
He won a B tier in 8. He won a B tier in 9. He won an A tier in 10. He won an NT in 11. NT in 12.
Yeah.
NT in 13. Yeah. So, it just only goes up from there. Majors, he's won quite a few starting in 13. Nope, 12. Yeah, he says so he won his first national tour event in 2011. Then he won his first major in 2012, and from there he hasn't lost. So maybe they're talking about majors.
Yeah, I think that's what could be.
Okay.
Majors.
But since he started as a pro in 2006, he has not lost.
Crazy. Or you mean he hasn't not had a win?
He hasn't not had a win in a season.
Dang.
And I started in 2001, and I've had 3 wins. And that's it.
I have 0.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy to think about.
I know. That's crazy. Well, he got one this year. Well, no, technically he didn't, because that's not technically a PDGA.
Yeah, it's not a PDGA ran event. Or, I mean, it's not a Pro Tour or major. But, it's weird. So, like, people are kind of saying win this during the season. I mean, the Pro Tour Championship is still coming up. Mm-hmm. But do people consider the USDGC, is that considered the end of the season?
I don't know.
See, because like I would feel like this week and then the championship, that's an opportunity to win a
Sure.
I mean, you know, but if it's not a major or an elite
Does
event,
that fall in line with
that's something totally
President's Cup?
different. Yeah, exactly.
But USDGC is an X tier, isn't it? Or
No,
is
it's
it no
considered
longer an X?
USDGC?
Yeah.
It's a major.
It's a major. Well, yeah. But, oh, that's right. Okay, nothing. I was about to say something stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so he's been a member since 2005. So essentially, he's had a win every year since he started playing. Nope, because he was a member 2005. Then that's the only year he didn't have a membership or a win. Was the first year of his membership, and he still has Huntington Beach. It's weird. I don't know if he cares, honestly.
I don't know.
But he's only won a measly $783,000 in total winnings.
I saw that.
Will he be the first one to win over $1 million? No. I don't think he will be.
Could Ricky? I don't know what Ricky's at.
Total career winnings, I bet you it's less than that. But I think the numbers are going to go up a lot quicker now. Because you think these guys are winning $30,000. I bet you.
Well, Gannon's over 130,000.
I was going to
for
say
the season.
Yep, I was just about to say that. I bet you Gannon's probably already at 500,000 or 600,000. I bet you 400,000 already. So
yeah, I don't know. That's a wild stat to think about.
That is.
Let's just take a look real quick.
Yeah.
Gannon is at career winnings 341,212.
Hasn't he only been a member since like 19?
Official status. I'm not sure when he first joined, but that's it's 2015 was his first year when he first officially became a member.
Okay.
41 wins out of 154 events.
Wow. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 371,000. That's incredible. I wonder what Ricky Wysocki is in. Born in 1993. Doesn't that just like make you feel really old, by the way? He's one of the old dudes on the tour. 796,000. Almost 800,000.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And 131 wins out of 423 events.
Is he the highest career earnings? So highest career earner.
I think that could be right. I mean, he's ahead of Macbeth.
Well, yeah. So Wysocki, as of this tournament, Wysocki is above Macbeth.
Yep.
So 781,000 was technically, as of September 29th, 2024, was the highest earned.
So Ricky's taken that over.
But Ricky Wysocki just took it over.
Crazy.
Today. Yeah. Wow.
I think Ricky also, now that Paul hasn't won this year, has the longest streak.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I had heard.
Okay.
For number of seasons winning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good for them. So,
crazy.
I don't have anything else.
Oh.
Wow.
I
don't have anything else.
I know. I was going to, now that the season's almost over. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I should have brought this up, but I was going to ask you a couple of questions about the season.
Let's do it.
All right. So let's, with all the knowledge we have for the season, if I had, if we were at the beginning of the season, let's say we go back, I tell you all these things. Mm-hmm. If I had told you Evelina was going to win Worlds, how probable would you have said that was?
I would have laughed about it.
Yeah,
and I would have made fun of it.
Right.
I would have said, "You're ridiculous," and we would have walked away laughing.
Yeah. Same thing for her winning 2 majors.
Yeah.
So she won
2
Champions Cup as well.
Yep.
Which is just unbelievable. She's had a really a sneaky good season. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of crazy to think about.
She is refining her game, and her putting percentages are going up.
Yes.
And that is what we have always made fun of her for.
Right.
She is just leaps and bounds, and it's still not good, but leaps and bounds better than it was.
Yes.
For sure.
Right. Okay. If I had told you Missy Gannon was going to win the DGPT Pro Tour to the city season, what would you say to that?
I would have given you, that would have been one of those like 9 out of 10 times I would have been like, nah.
Right.
But, I wouldn't completely put it out of my mind.
Right. Like,
I would have given it a better chance than Evelina winning.
Yeah,
sure.
Right.
For sure.
I think the outlier with this is that Kristen wasn't on tour for a good number of tournaments because of injury and marriage and all that. So it's kind of one of those weird seasons where kind of I want to put an asterisk next to it, but not having the best player on tour for a while, that's kind of a big deal.
And it does. It does make a big difference not having that player on tour. But you can always say that because there's always some budding new, in the wings,
Yeah.
So, but Missy Gannon has always been a solid player.
She has.
There's probably a handful, maybe half a dozen women that I would have been like, yeah, they could do it.
Yeah,
they could do it. And she's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would have put Paige Pierce there too.
Sure.
As much as I would have hated to admit it.
Mm-hmm. Owen Holland.
Tatar, of course.
Right.
Gannon. And I probably might have put Evelina as a possibility there.
Yeah.
But, any of the Europeans, it's hard to put them in there because they don't make a lot of the tournaments.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Right.
So, but that's interesting.
Okay. So same thing along the lines, Kristen not being number one on Pro Tour.
No. I would have laughed.
Yeah,
no chance.
Right.
I feel that she is 2014 Macbeth to 2021 Macbeth. I feel like she's just always going to be in that picture for number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see, other than maybe a youngin' like Handley or someone like that coming through, I don't see her really losing step.
No, I don't either. What if I told you Gannonburger was going to be the most dominant player on the field?
I would not have believed it.
Yeah.
I would not. And the only reason why is just young, dealing with adversity, coming out of kind of the news spotlight.
Yes.
Expectations. And he's young. He's just a young individual. But man, prove me wrong. And I love seeing it though too. I love seeing it as well.
Okay.
And I think at the beginning of the season there were so many more hopefuls.
Oh yeah.
And they all just disappeared.
Right. You would have put probably Calvin up there.
Yeah. But you want to put Calvin up there every year, and he just disappoints every year.
Yeah.
He'll win a few big tournaments, but he just doesn't stay with it.
He wasn't. He won second this weekend, but I just don't feel like he had the consistency.
Sorry. Calvin. No, I was thinking Klein for some reason.
Oh no,
Klein. Yeah. Calvin. No, Calvin's it is surprising that Calvin didn't do better this year.
Right. Okay, what about the season that Anthony Barella had?
Yeah, I would have believed that.
You would have believed that?
I would have believed that one.
Really?
Yeah, I would have fought for that one. Because, I just remember, standing next to Barella's dad at Vegas.
Okay.
And watching him and then watching his son throw, watching Barella throw. And just, how he lit up the entire place.
Sure.
Just with his movements, just with how he threw and how incredible it was. And just there is a magic to Barella that if he can ever harness it, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Untouchable.
4 Elite Series this year. That's
a big deal.
It is. And he started the season hot.
Yeah.
Scorching hot.
Yep. But like I said, if he can just put that lightning in a bottle, man, He's going to be so good.
And that's kind of like his season, like the lightning in the bottle thing. That's kind of how I feel like Evelina's season was with like her winning, like started with chess.com, the two majors. Like she, if she won this weekend, I would have put her player, like she would have been head for player of the year.
Sure.
In my mind, without a doubt. So, okay. What about, well, Paul not winning?
No, I would never, never. I would have given it a zero chance, none chance at all.
Yeah, the probability would have been zero.
Like
much.
If this was a betting line in Vegas, I would have bet against that. Like all day.
Right.
Like
something else kind of improbable that happened that because he didn't play many of the tournaments. Ricky Wysocki won the DGPT Europe tour, like the points.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know how many. I was just looking it up because I was just on DGPT. And I was like, that's one of the most unlikely things I would have ever thought of as well. Because I think he only played 4 tournaments or something like that. Like, and he ended up taking the points title.
Jeez.
Like,
that's incredible.
I know. It's kind of just dumb. So those were just little things. Like, because I had put it on not our last podcast. I was like, what's like one of the most improbable, it was like Gannon's dominance, Brilla's hot start to the season and the way he played, and then Evelina winning the 2 majors. And that was the outright like winner.
Evelina was the winner?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy to think about. Wait, what? That's not one. Okay, never mind. Anyway, that's all I had.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Sorry. I was just looking for something like... No.
All right.
Yeah, Ricky played... No. 4 tournaments. He played Swedish Open, Krokal, European Open, and then the Disc Golf Festival. And he won. Okay. He tied for... He got first in 2 of those, tied for 11th in the second. And he won he had...
Jeez. Is that a broken point series or what?
Yeah, right. And he won like easily by 30 points.
Oh my goodness.
Just less than 30. Yeah, just less than 30 points. Unreal.
Jeez. He's not even there to take the award. Like, it's like, nah, I'm at home, man.
Macbeth came in 4th.
Oh, okay.
Consola came in 5th, but I mean that, and then Maury Villman 2nd, E2 Tuminen 3rd. I mean, yeah, it just kind of Proctor came in 9th.
That's
Gannon
awesome.
in 11th, like kind of almost dominated by Americans on the European tour.
Yeah.
Like, that's just wild.
So what do we think Eagle McMahon's position is going to be next year?
Eagle McMahon's position will be next year. Ooh. I think... I'm just going to look real quick. Because the tournaments he showed up in... He did okay. Here and there. I still think he has potential that he will make it back into the top 10.
I think so.
I don't know. I think the forehand thing, if he can get the forehand, I mean, it's usable. It's definitely usable.
For sure.
It's not as elite as it used to be, but if it can get a little more consistent and maybe just a little bit more distance on it, and he trusts it more, it'll vault him easily back up.
Because he was 450 plus before he forehand.
Right. Well, even so, before D-Glow, he had the video of him. Oh, but that was backhand, right?
Which one?
The one where like he was up on the. He recreated the shot of him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember if that was backhand or
that was backhand.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. But even still, I mean, I remember watching some videos when the Cloud Breaker came out.
Yes.
And his signature series or the creator series. And he threw the Cloud Breaker a couple times and forehand. And it was like 470 something. So, and he's throwing the backhand like 6 something. And you're just like, seriously?
Yeah.
But he was golf lines 450 plus. Like just incredible.
So, I mean,
And he still has 350 plus right now. I think it's just a matter of time.
It is. Because, I mean, okay, at Worlds, finished third at Worlds. And then he was 8th at D-Glow, 7th at Green Mountain. MVP, he finished 52nd. And then he finished 27th here at USDGC. So, I mean, he played a very limited schedule this year because of the injury. He didn't start playing till middle of April. He came back at Champions Cup. He didn't finish well. He was 90th. But then it was OTB 13th, Portland Open 10th, Beaver State 14th, and then he went to Europe, played for a little bit, and just didn't have solid finishes there. But he's had a string of, top 10. So like you see flashes in the pan of what he's capable of.
Yep.
So if he's fully fit next year, there's no question in mind he'll be bumping up.
Yeah, he'll be in contention every tournament he shows up to. He should be.
He should be.
Yeah. Oh. Do you think that MVP will pick up another notable this year?
Ooh, that's tough.
Another high profile, because they got 3 right now. 3 pretty darn high profile.
Yeah.
So,
gosh. Something tells me that they could use another female.
Yeah, they could use a high profile female. Like, no offense to Holcomb, she's just not the one.
Yeah.
What about Hanley?
Yeah, I mean,
because she comes up this year because it was a single year for Discraft.
She was kind of betting on herself.
Good move.
It could be a good move.
Yeah. It would have been a good move if the bottom would have dropped out of disc golf.
Very good.
It still could be a good move.
Yes.
So yeah, that would be one of the ones that I would be interested to see who MVP picks up, because they're making moves. I mean, they're doing good things.
They are.
So,
God bless.
Oh my goodness! And why is everything based out of Kansas or Michigan for disc golf? Have you noticed that? Like, everything in its mother is based out of Kansas.
Is it?
It's incredible.
Yeah,
so, I'm just, before I get crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe Zuka, Disc Golf Unlimited, DD, obviously, and that encompasses. What's one of the Tech Disc?
Oh, really? Okay, didn't know that.
And then there's one other one that I.
That's funny because a lot of the Tech Discs are Discraft discs.
They are.
So that's kind of funny to me.
But they'll put them on anything. So we have like a Destroyer, an AVR, a couple things like that.
Got it.
Undertaker, a Buzz. Yeah, anyways. But yeah, you look up Kansas for disc golf, and there's like 15 companies in Kansas. And then you look up Michigan for disc golf, and there's 2 huge companies in disc golf based out of Michigan. And they're like an hour and a half away from each other. And then you got Innova, West Coast.
Yeah.
And then Texas. And that's it, really. So, impressive.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Inspiring words to leave us on?
Hope everybody has a nice Columbus Day.
Yeah, have a good Columbus Day. We got one more big, busy day. And then we get about a 3-day break. And then one more festival to end the year out. Well, technically Jack-o'-lantern days in Fish Creek.
Oh, for Fish Creek, yeah.
But
Fall Fest is to be next weekend.
Yeah, Fall Fest is the big winner.
Yeah.
And then the Fall Classic happens the weekend after Fall Fest. So 2 weekends from now.
Right.
So sign up. We still got room.
Oh, there's plenty of room. Yeah.
Plenty of room.
I was surprised looking at, because I always check like how many people are signed up. I was like, oh, there's a lot yet.
There are. And Fall Fest is always a fair weather tournament.
Fall Classic, you mean?
Oh, the Classic, excuse me.
Yeah, right.
It's always been a fair weather tournament, but the last 3 years we've filled up.
Yeah.
Like, no issues.
Right.
I think it's just a state of disc golf. Like, it just seems like things are harder to fill. Tournaments are just harder and harder to fill.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
A lot of AMs. Or I shouldn't even say that. It's mostly MA3 players. I was surprised. I was like, not a lot of MA2, not a lot of MA1. A couple of Masters here and there. Only like 4 MPO. I was like, wow, this is really an odd turnout because usually there's it's pretty even,
right?
Or there's more. So maybe people are waiting to late to sign up. I don't know what the situation is.
There was another tournament that was going on at the same time, and I can't remember what it was.
Because usually Camelot's the weekend before.
Camelot's, yeah, but this is two weekends before now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on at the same time. There was one tournament that switched to the same weekend, but I don't think that would. I mean,
tour finale? Like Wisconsin tour finale? No?
I don't know. I don't remember. It might be.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, we're going to lose a whole swath of MA1 and MA2s and like kind of the higher end. So, but yeah, so that's that. So with all that being said, keep it subpar, DoorDish.com, or come out to the shop in Green Bay where you can throw and putt in the store. So keep an eye out for all of our winter activities that will be coming up. So we will have indoor putting leagues and we will have throw zone contests. And then we'll be doing some mini courses as well in there. So like mini marker disc mini courses. Yep. So that should be coming out within the next month or so. We'll have all those leagues out and ready for detail. So with all that being said, like I said, keep it subpar and deuces.